आप जल्दी
ऑलरेडी है वहाँ, आप जैसे बोलेंगे मैं देख लूँगा। कह रहे टोटल कितने लोगों को दे रहे हैं?
सबको जितने बैठे हैं सबको।
यहाँ पे तो 10 ये लगा हुआ है।
हाँ तो 10 ही को देंगे। ठीक। Good evening, everyone. I am Professor Mahtawalam Rizvi. Now we are coming to the final session of the 2 days international conference on India and Central Asia, historical, cultural, and economic connectivity. So, first I would like to welcome all the dignitaries, those who are here or those who are be delighted today. So first I would like to request Honorable Chancellor of Sanskriti University, Dr. Sachin Gupta ji, please take on the desk. Please come on the Dr. Sachin Gupta ji. Now I would also like to request Chairman of Minority Commission, Lalpura ji, please take on the desk. Please come on the desk. Now I would also like to request Honorable Minister of State Subhas Sarkar ji, please come on the desk. His Excellency Ambassador of Iran, Iraj Ilahi, please take the seat on the desk. Now I would like to request Habibullah Mirzoda, Deputy Chief of Mission of Tajikistan, please take the seat. Now I would like to request Deputy Head of Mission Kazakhstan, Darkhan, please take the seat. I would also like to request Lieutenant General KJ Singh, please take the seat. And finally, the Chief Patron of the Fans and Margdarshak, Mani Indiresh Kumar ji, I would like to request him, please take the seat. What is his name?
Aziz Barato. Aziz.
Deputy Chief of Mission of
Uzbekistan.
Deputy Chief of Mission of Uzbekistan, Aziz Barato, he is also here. Please take the seat. Deputy Chief of Mission of Uzbekistan, he is here. So welcome in the valedictory session or final session of the 2 days international conference. So before begin the session formally, first I would like to request my volunteer to start the felicitation ceremony. So I would request Mr. Ghalib, please felicitate His Excellency Ambassador of Iran, Iraj Ilahi. Mr. Ghalib. I would also like to request Azmat to please felicitate the Deputy Chief of Mission of Tajikistan. Is here? Tajikistan. Okay, Kyrgyzstan, please. Please facilitate him. Azmat. Azmat, you should facilitate, yeah. Now I would like to request Mr. Shamim, please felicitate the Khan, Deputy Head of Mission of Kazakhstan. Now I would like to request Habibullah, and from this side I request Mr. Shamim, please facilitate him and give a memento. Now I would like to request Muhammad Arif, please facilitate Dr. Sachin Gupta जी. इसके लैम्प प्लांटिंग है इसके बाद, अब खत्म कर, इसके बाद कर लेते हैं. Now I would like to request Dr. Satya Prakash ji, please felicitate Dr. KJ Singh. Doctor is fine. He is also Army General and also doctor. Yeah, doctor and general both. Now I would like to request Mr. Vikram, please felicitate Honorable Minister of State Subhash Sarkar ji. Now I would like to request Dr. Sat Prakash ji, please again facilitate Mani Indresh Kumar ji. Dr. Sat Prakash ji. Before going to start the session, now I would like to request all the dignitary, please start with the lighting of the lamp. So I would like to request all the dignitary, please give some time or few minutes to just have a lighting of the lamp. Please, I request all the dignitary. क्यों फोन बच गया? नाम क्या था इनका? अरे यार मेरे को खुद ही नहीं कॉपी करनी थी. नहीं मैंने इन्हीं के थ्रू ऐसा ही पूरा मैं अपने माइंड से कर रहा हूँ. बोल दिया. आरिफ एक कुर्सी ला के इधर लगा दूंगा, ये अपना कुर्सी को लगा करो. नहीं यार छोड़ दी ये सब चक्कर में, अभी ये सब मत गो ये सब मत
डॉक्टर सरकार की पीएफ ने मुझसे मांगे
अभी जाओ ये सब बात. नाम लिख के ले लो.
नहीं हुआ है.
Thank you, everyone. Now, before going to begin the session, I would like to request Mr. Jasbir ji, National General Secretary of Forum for Awareness of National Security, to just speech or give a view or the summary of the today's conference. So, without taking much more time, now I would like to request Mr. Jasbir ji, please come on the desk.
थर्ड हिमालय हिंद महासागर राष्ट्र समूह के इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन में जो 2023 में यहाँ पर जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी के कैंपस के अंदर संपन्न हुआ है पिछले 2 दिन में, और जिसके समापन सत्र के अंदर मंच पर मौजूद फोरम फॉर अवेयरनेस ऑफ नेशनल सिक्योरिटी के हमारे मार्गदर्शक, पथ प्रदर्शक, संरक्षक आदरणीय इंद्रेश जी की गरिमा में उपस्थिति में ये समापन कार्यक्रम हो रहा है। इसमें हमारे संगठन के वाइस प्रेसिडेंट लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल के सिंह साहब, केंद्र सरकार के अंदर मंत्री आदरणीय सरकार साहब, विभिन्न देशों के दूतावासों के राजदूत और वरिष्ठ अधिकारी जो यहाँ पर मंच पर मौजूद हैं, पूरे देश से अलग अलग स्थानों से आए हुए हमारे विभिन्न प्रतिनिधि, बाहर विदेशों से आए हुए eminent speakers from various Central Asian countries and students of जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी और भी अन्य विद्यार्थी जो विभिन्न विश्वविद्यालयों के कॉलेजेस से यहाँ पर आज मौजूद हैं। इस समापन सत्र के अंदर मुझे जिम्मेदारी दी गई कि पिछले 2 दिन में जो डेलिब्रेशंस हुए हैं उनके बारे में एक संक्षिप्त सा विवरण आप सबके सम्मुख प्रस्तुत करने का सौभाग्य और जिम्मेदारी मेरे को मिली है। हमारा कल जो है इसका इनॉग्रेशन हुआ था इस कॉन्फ्रेंस का, जिसके अंदर प्रोफेसर मजहर आसिफ साहब ने स्वागत भाषण दिया था। वसुदेव कुटुंबकम की जो थ्योरी है हमारे यहाँ की, जो जीवन दर्शन है हमारे यहाँ का, और सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिना का उद्घोष जो हमारे प्रत्येक परिवार के अंदर सदियों से, शताब्दियों से, दशाब्दियों से गाया जा रहा है, उसका उल्लेख किया था। और उसके साथ ही प्रोफेसर मेहताब आलम रजवी जी जो कन्वीनर है हमारी इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के, उन्होंने रोड मैप ऑफ कोऑपरेशन बिटवीन इंडिया एंड सेंट्रल एशिया उसके बारे में बताया था हमारे को। गोलक बिहारी राय जी हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के जनरल सेक्रेटरी, उन्होंने भी भारतीय संस्कृति का प्रभाव जो पूरी दुनिया में सेंट्रल एशिया सहित पहुंचा है उसके बारे में विवरण दिया था। डॉक्टर महेश चंद जी शर्मा जो RDFIH के अध्यक्ष हैं, उन्होंने भारत की शांति प्रिय स्वभाव की, संस्कृति की, सभ्यता की, जीवन दर्शन की बात करी थी और ये कहा हमारे को कि पॉलिटिको टेरिटोरियल नेशनलिज्म की जगह अब हमारे को जियो कल्चरल नेशनलिज्म की तरफ बढ़ना चाहिए, और ये जो कॉन्फ्रेंस है इस संबंध में कुछ काम करेगी। इनॉग्रेशन प्रोग्राम के अंदर आदरणीय इंद्रेश जी ने अपने मार्गदर्शन में भारत की संस्कृति, भारत की सभ्यता, भारत के विश्व गुरु वाली भूमिका के बारे में हमारे को बताया। उन्होंने इस्लाम को मानने वाले एक शायर को उद्धृत भी किया था कि यूनान, मिस्र, रोमा सब मिट गए जहाँ से, कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी, सदियों रहा है दुश्मन दौरे जमा हमारा, सारे जहाँ से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा। उसी क्रम में मेरे को भी याद आई, उसी इस्लाम को मानने वाले शायर ने अपने कौमी तराने में कहा था, और जो आज के इस विषय के लिए बहुत प्रासंगिक है, कि यूनानियों को जिसने हैरान कर दिया था, सारे जहां को जिसने इल्मो हुनर दिया था। याद करें आप तक्षशिला, नालंदा और विक्रमशिला को, सारे जहां को जिसने इल्मो हुनर दिया था, मिट्टी को जिसकी हक ने जर का असर दिया था, मेरा वतन वही है, मेरा वतन वही। इसी शायर ने आगे कहा था कि टूटे थे जो सितारे फारस के आसमां से, फिर ताप दे के जिसने चमकाए कहकशा से, वहदत की लय उठी थी दुनिया में जिस मकान से, मीरे अरब को आई ठंडी हवा जहां से, मेरा वतन वही है, मेरा वतन वही। इस्लाम, क्रिश्चियनिटी, जुडाइज्म और पारसियों के धर्म ज़ोरास्ट्रियनिज्म की जन्मभूमि पश्चिम एशिया की जमीन है, और भारत में महान 4 सनातन परंपरा, जैन परंपरा, बौद्ध परंपरा और सिख परंपरा का जन्म हुआ है। लेकिन इस्लाम को मानने वाला शायर कहता है कि मीरे अरब को भी, उस जमीन को भी जो ठंडी हवा मिली थी वो भारत की पुण्य भूमि से मिली थी। तो इसके ऊपर एक चर्चा विश्व गुरु की भूमिका को रेखांकित करते हुए आदरणीय इंद्रेश जी ने कल रखी थी। उसके बाद जो विभिन्न टेक्निकल सत्र हुए उनमें भी जो भूमिका इस देश की है और सेंट्रल एशिया आज की जो जियोपॉलिटिक्स है उसके अंदर भी जो एक सिंथेसिस क्रॉस कल्चरल लिंक्स का सेंट्रल एशिया और भारत के अंदर जो कल्चरल कनेक्टिविटी है भारत की और सेंट्रल एशिया की, उसके ऊपर जो हमारा प्रारंभिक सत्र हुआ उसमें सचिनानंद जी जोश, इश्कावा जी और बहुत से अन्य वक्ताओं ने अपने विचारों को रखा। लेकिन जो उसमें महत्वपूर्ण बात एक जो पहले वाले सत्र में आई कि जो आर्कियोलॉजिकल साइट्स थी साकास परंपरा की, उनको रशिया में, कजाकिस्तान में, अफगानिस्तान में और पाकिस्तान में भी पाया गया। तो हमारी संस्कृति, सभ्यता, जीवन दर्शन इतने दूर दराज के देशों में भी जो कभी भारत का हिस्सा ही थे वहां तक पहुंची थी। और जो गंधारा आर्ट्स के जो एंटीफैक्ट्स हैं उनको भी सेंट्रल एशिया के विभिन्न देशों के अंदर पाया गया है। ऐसा रेखांकित हमारे वक्ताओं ने, बाहर से आने वालों ने किया। प्रोफेसर इखलाक, उन्होंने बताया कि जो बुखारा शहर का नाम है वो बुद्धिस्ट विहार शब्द से आया है, जो बुखारा शब्द है उस शहर का नाम। तो ये भी बताता है। अल बिरूनी का जिक्र हुआ कल एक सत्र के अंदर, जिन्होंने भारत के बारे में एक बहुत ही स्प्लेंडिड ओरेशन किया। उस समय की भारत की संस्कृति, भारत की सभ्यता किस तरीके से थी। एक वक्ता ने नक्शबंदियों और चिश्तियों की जो ट्रेडिशंस है वो किस तरीके से अफगानिस्तान से आई थी और उस नाते अफगानिस्तान के साथ जो हमारा संपर्क है भारत का प्राचीन काल से, शताब्दियों से और दशाब्दियों से जारी है, उसके बारे में भी चर्चा हुई। जो वसुधैव कुटुंबकम की मैंने जैसे आपको बात करी उसके बारे में भी बड़ी व्यापक चर्चा हुई और अधिकांश वक्ताओं ने भारत के इस जीवन दर्शन और जीवन को जीने के, सामाजिक, सांस्कृतिक, राष्ट्रीय जीवन को जीने का ये जो सूत्र है उसके महत्व को 21वीं सदी के अंदर वो कितना महत्वपूर्ण है उसको रेखांकित किया गया। एक सत्र के अंदर डॉक्टर प्रशांत पांडा ने कि बिजनेस मूव्स, व्हेन बिजनेस मूव्स कल्चर फॉलोज, बट मैनी टाइम्स व्हेन कल्चर मूव्स बिजनेस फॉलोज। उस सिद्धांत को भी उन्होंने प्रतिपादित करने का प्रयास किया, उसके लिए भी हम उनका धन्यवाद करते हैं। और एक वक्ता ने हमें बताया कि हिस्ट्री हैज यूनाइटेड अस विथ सेंट्रल एशिया, नाउ लेट ट्रेड एंड बिजनेस आल्सो यूनाइट अस विथ सेंट्रल एशिया। क्योंकि आज के ज़माने में ट्रेड और बिजनेस जो है वो हमारे जीवन का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण अंग है, इसलिए उस कल्चर के साथ साथ अब बिजनेस और ट्रेड को भी हम किस तरीके से उसमें समाहित कर सकते हैं सेंट्रल एशिया के इन प्रमुख देशों के साथ, उसको भी रेखांकित किया गया। फिर एक वक्ता ने, डॉक्टर प्रीति दास ने, जब इस देश सेंट्रल एशिया की भूमिका के बारे में बताया तो उन्होंने एक बात जो कही, उन्होंने कहा जो कि हमारे विदेश मंत्री एस जयशंकर जी भी अक्सर कहते हैं कि वी एशियंस थिंक यूरोप इज सुपीरियर टू अस। उस धारणा को आज गिराने की ज़रूरत है। सेंट्रल एशिया और इंडिया, भारत जो है, यूरोप की तरफ टकटकी लगाकर देखने की ज़रूरत शायद 21वीं सदी में हमारे को उतनी नहीं है जितनी हमने यूरोप की तरफ टकटकी लगाकर देखी है। उससे भी अब हमारे को थोड़ा सा दूर जाने की ज़रूरत है। भारत की संस्कृति, पुनीत कर जी ने कल्चर किस तरीके से एक सॉफ्ट पावर का रोल भारत के लिए उसने अदा किया है उसके बारे में हमारे को बताया। और भारत की फिल्मों का, भारत की संस्कृति का, भारत के म्यूज़िक का, भारत की भाषाओं का, भारत के नृत्यों का जो प्रभाव सेंट्रल एशिया के देशों में पड़ा है उसके बारे में भी जिक्र किया। बालिका वधू किस तरीके का जो हमारा सीरियल है वहाँ पर मशहूर हुआ है, मिथुन चक्रवर्ती के जिमी जिमी सॉन्ग की वहाँ पर कैसी धूम है, उसके बारे में भी उन्होंने हमारे को बताया। ज्योग्राफी डिवाइड्स बट कल्चर यूनाइट्स, इस धारणा को भी, इस विचार को भी प्रोफेसर सचिनानंद जी जोशी ने हमारे सम्मुख रखा। आदरणीय हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री इस देश के, ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जो नीति वर्तमान में चल रही है, नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी, उसकी भी विभिन्न वक्ताओं ने सराहना की और कहा कि ये नेबरहुड के अंदर पूरी तवज्जो देने की जो ज़रूरत है, उसको जो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, भारत के प्रधानमंत्री जी ने प्रतिपादित किया है, उसकी बहुत बड़ी ज़रूरत है। रशिया के साथ जो कॉपरेशन, रशिया यूक्रेन युद्ध के मद्देनज़र काफ़ी वक्ताओं का ऐसा भी विचार था कि सेंट्रल एशिया के अंदर भारत को प्रभावी भूमिका अदा करने के लिए भारत अपने आप में सक्षम है, लेकिन उसमें उसको रशिया का भी सहयोग जो है, क्योंकि रशिया जो सोवियत यूनियन था तत्कालीन, उसके अंदर सेंट्रल एशिया के बहुत से देश हिस्सा थे। इसलिए सेंट्रल एशिया में अपनी भूमिका को और ज़्यादा प्रभावी करने के लिए रशिया की भी मदद लेना और रशिया को भी लूप में रखना, उसकी आवश्यकता के ऊपर भी अपने विचारों को रखा। और एक वक्ता ने कहा कि वी रिक्वायर पाइपलाइंस ऑफ पीस, उसके बारे में भी रहा। ज्ञान के दीप प्रज्वलित करने के साथ साथ प्रेम के दीपों को भी प्रज्वलित करने की ज़रूरत है। और ये जो सेमिनार, जो कॉन्फ्रेंस हमारे यहाँ पर हुई है, मैं समझता हूँ कि इसके अंदर भी इन विचारों को रेखांकित किया गया, प्रतिपादित किया गया है। क्योंकि समय हमारे पास बहुत ही मौजूद, हमारे वक्ता यहाँ पर मंच पर मौजूद हैं। मैं ज़्यादा समय आपका नहीं लूँगा, एक दो बातें कर कर मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम दूँगा। भारत की भूमिका वर्तमान युग के अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा है। किसी ने कहा भी कि ज़मीं देख, फलक देख, फिज़ा देख, दुनिया में उगते हुए सूरज भारत को देख। तो वो विचार, उसको किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ाना है और अपनी महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका को हमने किस तरीके से रखना है, मैं अपनी बात को, अपनी वाणी को मैं विराम दूंगा। पश्चिम की दुनिया के भी जितने दार्शनिक हुए, फिलोसफर्स हुए, राइटर्स हुए, चाहे उसमें विलियम शेक्सपियर रहे, 16वीं शताब्दी में उन्होंने अपने प्लेज में, अपने ड्रामाज में भारत की संपदा का उल्लेख किया था। मार्क ट्वेन जो अमेरिका के बहुत बड़े लेखक हुए, वो भारत की यात्रा पर आए थे 1835 और 1909 में। एक वर्ष के बाद उन्होंने अपने मेमोइर्स लिखे थे। उन मेमोइर्स का एक छोटा सा पैराग्राफ आपके साथ साझा कर कर मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम दूंगा। एक साल बाद जो उन्होंने लिखा था मार्क ट्वेन ने, उसमें उन्होंने एक पुस्तक लिखी थी, जर्नी टू इक्वेटर, जिसमें भारत के संस्मरणों को भी उन्होंने कैद किया था। और वो लिखते हैं कि ये भारत है सपनों और रोमांच की भूमि, बेशुमार दौलत, महानता और छोटापन, महल और झोपड़ियां, चीनी और दानव, अलादीन का चिराग, बाघ और हाथी, कोबरा और जंगल। आगे जो लिखते हैं बड़ी महत्वपूर्ण शब्द, सैकड़ों राष्ट्रों के बराबर देश और सैकड़ों बोलियां, हजारों धर्म और 20 करोड़ देवी देवता, मानव जाति की पालनहार, मानव बोली की जन्मभूमि, इतिहास की जननी, अविस्मरणीय कथाओं की दादी, परंपराओं की परदादी, जिसके बीते कल की छाप बाकी देशों के विकास पर आपको साफ दिखाई देती है। ब्रह्मांड का अकेला ऐसा देश जहां आने के लिए दूसरे देशों के लोग विशेष रूप से लालायित रहते हैं। विद्वान और अज्ञानी, बुद्धिमान और कम समझ, अमीर और गरीब, बंधक और आज़ाद, एक ऐसी धरती जिसे सब देखना चाहते हैं, चाहे एक ही झलक दिखाई दे। एक बार देखने के बाद उसे भारत जैसी झलक कहीं दिखाई नहीं देगी, फिर चाहे वो पूरा विश्व घूम आए। वो एक साल बाद लिखते हैं अंतिम वाक्य अपना, आज एक साल बीत जाने के बाद भी मुंबई में बिताए दिनों का खुमार नहीं उतरा है और उम्मीद है कि कभी उतरेगा भी नहीं। तो भारत एक ऐसी भूमि रही ब्रह्मांड की, जो रोमांच की भूमि रही है। इस 21वीं सदी के अंदर भारत की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका है, जिस भूमिका का निर्वहन इन सेंट्रल एशिया के इन मौजूद देशों के साथ मिलकर हमने भारत को और इस सेंट्रल एशिया को दुनिया के नक्शे पर उभरते हुए इस हिस्से को आगे लेकर जाना है। उसके लिए ये सम्मेलन किया गया। फोरम फॉर अवेयरनेस ऑफ नेशनल सिक्योरिटी इस किस्म के प्रयास विभिन्न क्षेत्रों के अंदर कर रहा है। 2019 में आगरा के अंदर हमारे माननीय मार्गदर्शक इंद्रेश जी के मार्गदर्शन के अंदर हमने ये मुहिम, ये मिशन प्रारंभ किया था। इस तरीके के और भी मिशन इस देश में चल रहे हैं, जिससे भारत अपने आसपास के पड़ोसी देशों के साथ, जिनके साथ हमारी संस्कृति, हमारी सभ्यता, हमारा जीवन दर्शन साझा है, उनके साथ मिलकर हम दुनिया को एक विश्व गुरु के रूप में भारत को भी स्थापित करेंगे और दुनिया में एक बिनाइन फोर्स के रूप में, एक इन्फ्लुएंशियल फोर्स के रूप में ये सारे देश ही अपनी भूमिका का निर्वहन करेंगे। ऐसी भावना के साथ, ऐसी कामना के साथ बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, Jasveer ji. Now, I would like to request Habibullah Mirzoda, the Deputy Chief of Mission of Tajikistan, please come on the desk and say a few words.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to thank the distinguished panel, all those who were involved in preparation of this event, and I think this is a good opportunity for all the nations of the region to discuss and to share their views about the perspectives. Of course, today we are targeting, or we are focusing on history, culture, and some other aspects, economic connectivity, but we know that there are other formats that discuss other issues as well. I mean, security, defense, could be technology, science, but today we are trying, first of all, again, thank you very much for, at the outset, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation to the Himalayan Hind Mahasagar Rashtra Samooh for organizing today's International Conference on India Central Asia Historical, Cultural, and Economic Connectivity, and providing an outstanding environment for its success. Especially, I would like to thank the host for supporting participation of distinguished experts from other countries. We believe that such an event and format for conversation would help us not only to share views and knowledges, but also support us in our joint quest for defining new ways and opportunities to strengthen mutually beneficial cooperation in delivering tasks set by the first Central Asia and India Summit held at the beginning of the year 2022. In Tajikistan, in the second half of the 20th century, several Tajik scholars began to study Indian Persian literature, and we got acquainted with the literary heritage of the greatest Indian Persian poets, such as Abdul Maoni Mirza Abdul Qadir Bedil, Amir Khusravi Dehlavi, Hassan Dehlavi, Zebuniso, Muhammad Iqbal, Mirza Asadullah Ghalib, Ghani Kashmiri, Neemat Khan Oli, Fani Kashmiri, Ghani Mati Kunjohi, and others. As it is known, in the past centuries, works of Persian Tajik literature were published in Calcutta, Lucknow, Bombay, Kanpur, Kashmir, and Lahore. Among them are such well-known tazkiras as Tazkirat Ush-Shu'aroi Kashmir, Miratul Khayol, Safian Khushgu, Majma'a Un-Nafais, Maikhona, Farhangi Rashidi, and others. They provided detailed information about the poets and writers of Persian literature in India. It is necessary to mention that this valuable knowledge comes to the attention of readers, researchers, scientists, and all lovers of science and literature. These treasuries are kept in such famous libraries of India as the Calcutta National Library, the Connemara Public Library in Chennai, the Asiatic Society Library in Mumbai, the Public Library Delhi, Raza Library at Rampur, Khudabakhsh Oriental Library at Patna, New Delhi Secretariat Library. Academic Ahror Mukhtarov, after a 3-month scientific trip to India in 1984, published a book entitled The History of Tajik Culture in the Treasuries of India, and provided useful information regarding the resources of Persian language literature in India. Today, their rich heritages, along with their other prominent Indian poets and writers, are well taught in the secondary schools of Tajikistan. The Tajik reader is also aware of the works of modern Indian literature. In Tajikistan, the works of Rabindranath Tagore, Premchand, Mohan Singh, Khoja Ahmed Abbas, Vishnu Prabhakar, Krishant Chandar, Daniram Chatrik, Mulk Raj Anand, Yashpal Varma Ramkumar, Gujaram Rampuri, Prem Chand Amrita Pritam, Mohan Singh, Ravindaran Thakur, and others are well known and were translated and published in Tajik. To develop scientific exchange at the fourth stage, we consider this useful to regularly scientists could get together in this field, and this seminar could be considered as the first step in this direction. We are glad that this process has begun, and the scientific and literary figures of the Jawaharlal Nehru University took part in the scientific seminar of the National University of Tajikistan in October 2022. Today, we are witnessing in the presence of Tajik scientists at this event. I hope that these visits and exchanges between the students and young scientists will become a regular event or regular tradition. At the next stage, the identification and study of the works of writers representatives of the Persian language literature of India, so that these precious works reach the hands of all the Persian-speaking peoples of the world. In this regard, the contribution of India as a custodian of this priceless treasure is considered very important. Since India has advanced technologies in digitalization, the protection of the common tangible and intangible heritage in a digital format, creating digital archives and websites of these and other prominent poets is highly appreciated. We hope that the relevant authorities of India will not spare their support and assistance for scientists to access this treasure. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Now I would like to call upon His Excellency Deputy Chief of Mission Darkhan Sitan. Now he is the Deputy Chief of Mission of Kazakhstan. Please come on the dais. Now, floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Mohammad Mahtab Al-Nazvi. मैं भी सोच रहा था कि हिंदी में बात करूं, यानी अपने जीवन को, लेकिन वो जासवीर जी को सुन के तो नहीं वे जैसे बोल नहीं पाऊंगा. So let me continue in English. Thank you very much. So, Your Excellency Jaswir ji, Professor Alam Rizvi, Your Excellency Ambassador of Iran, my colleagues from the Embassy of Tajikistan and Uzbekistan, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a privilege for me to speak to such distinguished audience here at the Jawaharlal Nehru University. I would like to thank the School of Language, Literature and Culture Studies for holding this conference. As you may be aware, India has historic relations with Central Asia, as was mentioned by my colleague from Tajikistan Embassy. So Kazakhstan holds special place in the region. The relations between our peoples are deeply rooted from the ancient past. The Greek Silk Road and Spice Road united Kazakhstan and India in the Middle Ages. So I'd like to underline some about political relations between the two countries, between India and Kazakhstan. Currently, relations between Kazakhstan and India are developing in the spirit of friendship and partnership, and it is based on the cultural and historical closeness of the peoples of our countries. The main result of the cooperation is the absence of bilateral political issues and the similarity of the positions of Astana and New Delhi on the international scene on regional and global security and issues raised in international organizations. Establishment of strategic partnership between the two countries in January 2009 when our first president, Mr. Nazarbayev, was visiting India in January as a guest of honor in Republic Day celebrations. So gave a great impetus to bilateral relations and raised them to a new level. This high level of political cooperation was found to be an effective basis for the development of mutually beneficial trade, economic and investment relations. We constructively and fruitfully interact at the frames of the most important international and regional forums, such as UN, SCO, SICA, and others. While taking this opportunity, I would like to wish the Indian side successful presidency in SCO and prosperous hosting summit of this organization in June this year. Another platform where we cooperate is Central Asia-India Dialogue, launched in January 2019, when foreign ministers of Central Asian states and India held the first meeting in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. After that, we had two successful ministerial meetings in October 2020 in virtual format and in December 2021 in New Delhi. The most important event at the frames of this dialogue was the first Central Asia-India Summit on 27 January 2022 with participation of all leaders of Central Asian countries and India. As the outcome document of this summit, our leaders adopted Delhi Declaration, where they determined the most prospective spheres of collaboration as trade and connectivity, energy, healthcare, culture, and others. The rapid economic growth of the two countries opens wide prospects of constructive and mutually beneficial cooperation. For example, in recent years, bilateral cooperation in various fields has been developing by leaps and bounds. Currently, Kazakhstan is India's largest trade partner in Central Asia. According to our statistics, the trade turnover between Kazakhstan and India in 2022 amounted to $2.4 billion US, which is 16.67% higher than in the previous year. And exports from Kazakhstan during this period amounted to 1.9 billion USD. FDI inflows from India into the economy of our country over the past 25 years exceeded 390 million USD. Today, more than 360 companies with Indian capital successfully operate in Kazakhstan. The portfolio of bilateral projects consists on 12 initiatives, including 3 projects implemented for the amount of 45 million USD, and 9 projects are under development. Thus, cultural relations between Kazakhstan and India, which began in ancient times, continued after Kazakhstan gained independence on December 16, 1991. During the last 31 years, we have seen the new elements being added to our bilateral relationship through the popularity of Indian films, culture, dance, and music in Kazakhstan. India and Kazakhstan have felt a natural affinity and bond with each other for the past several millennia. In addition to the numerous cultural events that took place in both countries during this period, let me focus on the most significant of them. As a mark of respect to the Indian political leader Mahatma Gandhi ji, a memorial was installed in a park in Almaty in 2003. In January 2009, one of the central streets of Delhi was named in the honor of the great Kazakh poet Abay. In October of the same year, a memorial to the Indian poet, Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore was installed in the ethnic park Jastar in Uskhemen city in Kazakhstan. On June 2, 2020, just recently last year, the official opening ceremony of the bust to the great Kazakh poet and thinker Abay took place in New Delhi, timed to coincide with the anniversary of diplomatic relations between our countries. On October 13 this year, Minister of State for External Affairs and Culture, Madam Meenakshi Lekhi, unveiled a life-size statue of Mahatma Gandhi in Astana. She was leading, at that time she was leading Indian delegation to the SICA summit, which was held in Astana. Bilateral cultural relations are playing an important role in the development of friendship and partnership between the peoples of Kazakhstan and India. We believe that cultural ties, thanks to historical relations and the warm feelings that the two peoples share for each other, create a huge potential for greater collaboration. We are also convinced that future holds even better prospects as regards cultural relations between Kazakhstan and India. I am confident that the participants of the conference would contribute to the further deepening of the India-Central Asia relationship with their assessments and inputs. In conclusion, I wish all the success to the today's conference. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. You are not diplomat. No, you are not only diplomat, but you are also well research scholar. So you have explained very well about the relations between India and your country. Thank you so much for that. So now I would like to request Deputy Chief of Mission of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Aziz Baratov.
Good evening all. Good evening, Excellencies, Ambassadors, dear colleagues and guests. Well, it's a great honor for me today to address and warmly welcome the participants of this conference on historical, cultural, and economical ties of Central Asian countries and India. Taking this opportunity, I extend my gratitude to the administration of Jawaharlal Nehru University and the headquarters of awareness of national security for their efforts hosting this important interaction. So I would start with this. For the last 31 years of Uzbekistan-India relations has been steadily developing in many directions, especially in political, economical, cultural, and other areas, as well as reaching the strategic level of partnership in 2011. In fact, all of you know that friendly ties between Uzbek and Indian people have a very long history and date back to many centuries or many thousand years. Peoples of our countries have common and very close culture, language, cuisine, common crafts, heritage, traditions, and more. Most of you are familiar with the very important historical figure of Abu Rayhan Biruni from 11th century, who has traveled from Kharizm region of modern Uzbekistan to Indian Peninsula and wrote the first in history of Central Asia book about India that is called Kitabul Hind, that played a vital role in introducing Indian history to the wide range of people of this region and introducing also the culture of these Indian people to Central Asian nations. Showing commitment to centuries-old traditions of friendly relations, today Uzbekistan and India demonstrate very mutual interest to bring interstate partnership on the level of relatively new areas. Dear friends, today the new Uzbekistan is becoming a country of democratic transformations, big opportunities, and political needs. The reforms, openness, transparency, renewal, and change observed in the domestic policy of Uzbekistan in recent years are also evident in the country's foreign policy. Uzbekistan pursues an active foreign policy at the regional and global levels. One of Uzbekistan's main foreign policy objectives is to create an atmosphere of peace, stability, and security. In this regard, we have identified the development and strengthening of friendly and globally good neighborly and mutually beneficial relations with Central Asian states as a key priority of our policy. We are also committed to a consistent, open, and pragmatic foreign policy with other countries in the world. Dear friends, the strengthening of long-term strategic partnership with India is one of the priorities of Uzbekistan's foreign policy. The first India-Central Asia Summit, as one of these small, big episodes that I have to mention, is that which was held in January last year, opened a new page in relations between India and Central Asian countries. The development of human capital through active interaction in the field of education, healthcare, deepening of economic partnership, cooperation in cultural and humanitarian sphere are noted as a priority areas of cooperation between these two regions. On a meeting on the sidelines of SCO Summit in Samarkand, our leaders emphasized bilateral cooperation in trade, economy, and connectivity. They have recognized the need to diversify the trade basket and promote investment and enhance connectivity, including greater usage of Chabahar port. Cooperation in information technology, healthcare, higher education, etc. was also discussed. Another fact of growing bilateral and multilateral engagement between Uzbekistan and India was the participation of President of our country on the Voice of Global South Summit, which has demonstrated in this commitment to form an agenda of coming G20 summit from the needs and interests of the developing world. Regular dialogue between the leaders of our countries is added by an active contacts at the level of governments, parliaments, and ministries. All of you are witnessing how fast cooperation between our regions are developing in many directions. It's a pleasure for me also to note that a 4-year cultural exchange program between Uzbekistan and India was signed during the visit of Honorable Minister of State for External Affairs, Ms. Minaka Sheliki, to Uzbekistan. Cooperation in the field of tourism between Uzbekistan and India is going to reach new heights in the post-pandemic era. We should work on increasing the number of direct flights between our cities and other cities with the participation of Indian Airlines as well. Taking this opportunity, the event dedicated to the historical, cultural, and economic ties of Central Asia and India, I would like to also note the significant contribution of JNU to the further strengthening of people-to-people contacts. In this regard, I extend my gratitude to the team of JNU and FANS also. I would like to wish you all a great success and look forward to a valuable recommendation emerging from your deliberations. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Now I would like to request His Excellency Ambassador of Islamic Republic of Iran, Dr. Iraj Ilahi.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellencies, respected professors, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to meet you at this August gathering. My appreciation also goes to the organizers of this conference. It is impossible to talk about India-Central Asia relations without addressing Iran. Not only geographically, Iran connects India and Central Asia, but also from the cultural and civilizational points of view. The civilization that shaped and still shapes even to the farthest part of this geographically spans has emerged around the plateau of Iran. In this course of history, undoubtedly, Iran has always been a country of peace, literature, and poem. The civilization governs all aspects of the daily life of the ordinary people of the region. Through ancient rituals, similar literatures, overlapping history, it has connected the people of the region, and it has equipped them with a common language beyond religious belief, sex, ethnic, and national differences. The significant civilizational and cultural heritage, which has always invited everyone to peace, tolerance, nonviolence, love, and ethnic, obviously can still be used today in a world that is exposed to all kinds of racial, national, sectarian, religious violence and discrimination. Furthermore, it can definitely help us to find the proper way to conducive to tolerance and coexistence. The civilization, no matter what name you may want to give it, it is the common heritage of all of us, from Amu Darya to Sindh, from Khinging to Baghdad, and from Darban to Chabahar. And the teachings of the main proponents of this unique game belong to anyone who understands their message of peace and love and uses it to create a better world. Wherever they entered, the promoters of this civilization brought tolerance and coexistence. Also in India, in Indian subcontinent, Persian poems, historical monuments, gardens, paintings, handicrafts, written history, etc., have been and will be everlasting signs of precious heritage. Revival and strengthening of various aspects of this cultural heritage, which played a very crucial role in reducing the violence in the history, can also help to solve many contemporary social and cultural problems of our societies. In addition to the culture, termination of some geopolitical obstacles and impediments which had become a barrier to our long-standing relation at some period in the history now provide new opportunities to restore historical relations between Iran, India, Central Asia. Taking advantage of this unique historical opportunity depends on the full-fledged development of cultural and economic cooperation. Certainly, this development can not only help to improve the relations between the countries of the region, but beyond that, it can for sure create a model of friendship, love, kindness, the people across the world. The development of transportation routes through Chabahar ports to Central Asia can play a significant role in this cultural and civilizational synergy. While the port of Chabahar and the North-South corridor are mainly viewed from the narrow perspective of their economic and commercial interests, we should not neglect that in the contemporary era, culture plays an important role in the approximation of countries, and we may view Chabahar primarily as a cultural and civilizational corridor to shape our policies and set our targets accordingly. In a nutshell, I would like to emphasize that along with the happiness and well-being of these three vast regions, India, Central Asia, and Iran, the realization of ambitious goals of India to be a power in the world, Iran and Central Asia, prosperity of the region, of the people, are highly dependent on the structural links of these nations. Without connectivity of these three vast regions, there is no powerful country such as India. India needs connectivity to Central Asia. Central Asia needs the power and wealth of India. Iran can play an important role to connect these two important regions. All these three regions, as independently emerging powers, certainly need a reliable link with each other. Iran, India, Central Asia, and Afghanistan have always existed with peace and brotherhood and shall continue to exist together. With this, I come to the end of my remarks. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Iran. You put very well about India-Iran relations, and this is very, very fact. Without Iran, it is not possible to maintain good relations with India and Central Asian country also, because Iran is the gateway of this country also. So thank you so much for that. Now, I would like to request Dr. Sachin Gupta ji, please come and say a few words.
Namaskar. Good evening to all the dignitaries, distinguished guests, and delegates present here today at the valedictory session of the 3rd HHRS International Conference of India and Central Asia, which has historical, cultural and economic connectivity. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all our guests, especially Paramadarniya Manye Indresh ji, Honorable Minister of State Education Dr. Sarkar ji, Sardar Iqbal Singh Lalpura ji, Chairperson of the National Minority Commission, Lieutenant General K.J. Singh ji, and all the ambassadors, excellencies from different countries. It is an honor to be in the presence of such esteemed leaders and thinkers, and I'm grateful for your presence today. We all know that HHRS is an organization that focuses on the Himalayan and Indian Ocean countries, which has been working tirelessly to bring thinkers from these nations together to create a common platform for exchange of knowledge, culture, and economic cooperation. This is a commendable effort, and Sanskrit University would like to be associated with such a noble cause. Universities have a crucial role to play in promoting people-to-people dialogue and assisting the efforts of organizations like HHRS. Universities are the epitome of knowledge, where students from different cultures, countries, and backgrounds come together to learn and grow. This provides a perfect opportunity for cross-cultural interaction, exchange of ideas, and understanding of different perspectives. At Sanskrit University, we believe that education is not just about imparting knowledge, but also about inculcating values and developing a global outlook. We have a vibrant campus community with students from India and 15 other countries who bring a diversity of cultures, traditions, and experiences. This helps us to create an environment of mutual respect and understanding, where students can learn from each other and from long-lasting bonds. As we strive to promote people-to-people culture and dialogue and connections, student exchange programs can play a crucial role in facilitating better understanding and cooperation. By allowing students from different countries to learn from each other and immerse themselves in different cultures, we can promote mutual respect and foster a sense of community among the next generation of leaders. At Sanskrit University, we are committed to supporting such initiatives, and we are excited to see the many ambassadors from HHRS countries present here today. We hope that this will be an opportunity to explore the possibilities of exchange programs and work together to make them a reality. We also have a strong focus on international collaborations and partnerships, which allow us to share knowledge, resources, and expertise from universities and institutions across the world. We believe that these partnerships can play a crucial role in promoting people-to-people dialogue and bridging the cultural divide between nations. In addition, these universities can also assist the efforts of organizations like HHRS by providing support for initiatives aimed at promoting education, healthcare, and economic development in the Himalayan and Hind Mahasagar countries. We have taken several steps in this direction. For example, we have established incubation centers for startups which provide support to young entrepreneurs from these countries, help them to turn their ideas into successful ventures. We also have plans to establish schools and healthcare facilities in these HHRS countries, and we wish to work with local organizations to provide education and healthcare services to the underprivileged. In these initiatives helps to address the unique challenge faced by these countries and provide opportunities for their development. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to all the participants and organizers of this 3rd HHRS International Conference. This event has been a testament to the rich cultural, historical, and economic ties between India and Central Asian region. Through events such as this and through initiatives like student exchange programs, we can foster closer cultural connections between our countries and other people. Our university is proud to be a part of this effort, and we stand ready to support any initiative that promotes greater understanding and cooperation between the nations of Indian Ocean and Himalaya regions. Let us work together to create a more peaceful, prosperous, and interconnected world. Jai Bharat, Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sachin ji, Chancellor of Sanskrit University. Now I would like to request Lieutenant General K.J. Singh ji to come on the dais and say a few words about the 2 days conference. And I would also like to request you, please also say a few words about the how to way forward, etc. about the 2 days conference. Okay, thank you, sir.
जय हिंद एवरीबॉडी। जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय के प्रांगण में ये मेरी तीसरी सेमिनार है और मुझे इस सेमिनार में भाग लेते वक्त बहुत गर्व महसूस होता है, क्योंकि मैं भी जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय का स्नातक हूँ। क्योंकि राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा अकेडमी की जो डिग्री है वो यहीं से दी जाती है। लेकिन मैं आपको, क्योंकि अभी शाम का वक्त हो रहा है, कुछ लोग खुमारी से में भी आ रहे हैं, तो हमें भी शरारत करनी सिखाई जाती है। राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा अकेडमी में लेते हैं ना जेएनयू की डिग्री, लेकिन हमें सिखाया जाता है कि शरारत सीमा के पार करनी है और उसी के साथ करनी है जो आपकी भाषा ठीक तरीके से समझता नहीं है, जो समझता है उसके साथ नहीं करनी है। तो अब मैं इसके बाद चाहूँगा कि मैं थोड़ा इंग्लिश में बोलूँ, इसलिए क्योंकि हमारे साथ दूसरे देशों के लोग हैं और अच्छा होगा कि हम अपनी बात को उनको पूरी तरीके से समझा सकें। तो सबसे पहले तो मैं इस मंच पे जो बैठे हैं हमारे माननीय इंद्रेश जी, जो कि हमारे संरक्षक हैं, उसके अलावा डॉक्टर सुभाष सरकार जी, जो कि केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल के सदस्य हैं, सरदार इकबाल सिंह जी लालपुरा, जो कि नेशनल माइनॉरिटीज़ कमीशन के चेयरमैन हैं, और डॉक्टर सचिन गुप्ता जी, जो कि संस्कृति यूनिवर्सिटी के कुलपति हैं, उपकुलपति हैं, और जो हमारे यूरेशिया से आए हुए राजनयिक हैं, ऑल द डिप्लोमेट्स फ्रॉम यूरेशिया, and also the academic experts from Eurasia who have joined us. I extend a very warm welcome to you. खैर मुकद्दम आप आए यहाँ पर, and we are the concept of Himalaya Hind Mahasagar has to be understood in the light of geostrategic theories. The main theory that all of us follow is the theory given by Harvard Mackinda, which is the theory of heartland. He said, one who rules the heartland will rule the world. And heartland was Eurasia. We all come from Eurasia. So that was his theory. The second theory was of John Spikeman, who said one who rules the rimland, that means the oceanic areas, will rule the world. So you see the congruence. We have Himalaya and we also have Hind Mahasagar. So we have combined the two theories of Mackinda, of heartland, and also of Spikeman, of rimland, which is relevant to us. So we have taken that. And also, if you see, the third narrative which is troubling all of us today is the Middle Kingdom syndrome, which is being propounded by rising China. Because China has always looked at the world from a perspective of it being at the center of the world. There are maps which are from Kashgar area. Diwan of Kashgar had taken out a map, something like what was covered in one of the sessions here, a combination of chitras and pictures and maps. In one of these maps, which is academically reviewed and it is displayed all over, China has seen the world as itself as the center of the world. And of course, we all say rising China, but except for brief period when China went down, China has always been at the helm. It has had that privilege or whatever it is. So we in our organization of Himalaya Hind Mahasagar have customized a group of nations combining both the theories which are relevant to India. It is extension of what our Honorable Foreign Minister is saying, plurilateralism. We can form our own groupings and can look at our interests. Basic thing is our interests. So my main theme as we go forward is that even if it is social connection or a cultural linkage, all of these require connectivity. Without connectivity, nothing can happen. If the religion spread, Buddhism went from India to Central Asia and to Southeast Asia, or Islam came down to India, it was all along Silk Roads and highways. Whatever routes were there that time, or through the oceanic routes. So, main issue today is connectivity. Connectivity is the pivot of the world. Unless we have economic relations and connectivity, the culture and social aspects have their relevance. They act as glue. But the main thing is that. And we as Eurasian nations have to work in that direction. And we don't need any big proofs. China has lifted 770 million people out of poverty, above the poverty line. And academically reviewed, peer-reviewed report has established the main factor is enhanced connectivity, linking production centers and manufacturing bases to the markets. Even India is also doing it. Our Honorable Prime Minister has taken initiative. We have Bundelkhand corridor, we have Sagarmala corridor, we have Parbatmala. So all these corridors are taking place within India to increase productivity, to enhance the benefits and link various areas. This is also being taken outside. You have seen Belt and Road Initiative. You have yourself seen, and the belt runs through the countries from where you all come. It runs through Eurasia and Central Asia. Now, because of the Ukrainian war, there is a rethink. Some parts of that belt have become untenable. It is not possible to progress them. In this is the opportunity for all of us. We should push for Chabahar and we should push for INST. North-South corridor and Chabahar can help us because it has been established in a proper study that it is about 40 to 50% cheaper to take a container from St. Petersburg to bring it to Kandla or Mumbai. And the time taken is also about 50% less. So, in Indian thinking now, Iranian ambassador, Excellency happens to be here. It should be Chabahar, Bandar Abbas, Bandar Anzali, Astrakhan, and Petersburg. So we have to think like that. That is how we have to work on this concept. I would also like to say that our Honorable Prime Minister has taken a great initiative of Connect Central Asia. He gave neighborhood first, then he went to extended neighborhood, and he has chosen Central Asia as a special area where we are doing Connect Central Asia project. I know there is a problem. India doesn't have too much of money like China, but then there is Asian Infrastructure Development Bank. There are other mechanisms which are coming up. Japan is a liberal financer. If we can get them interested, we can work on these projects. And INST is a very cheaper alternative. Not much has to be done. Most of it is already in place, except for some place where in Iran where railway line has to be laid, but currently roads are there. So it is possible to run this corridor, and it's not a great. We are also concerned, I am a security man, at the possibility of bases coming up in these areas. There is increasing talk of interest shown by China to acquire a base in Tajikistan. So we have our worries. So we like to voice that because see what happens is when these corridors develop, there is a need for security. You are seeing it in CPEC. Pakistan has raised 2 divisions to protect, and yet they can't protect Chinese. So it is important for us to look at what all is involved in this. So where do we, and also we are concerned that where do we see ourselves, India, in this game? We see ourselves as a balancer, a very benign balancer. You have been under colonial rule, like us. We don't have any such tendencies. We have never colonized anybody. So we will like to be a handholder, enabler, and wherever we, besides the physical connectivity, we could think of digital Silk Roads, where our 5G technology, which India is developing, could be used by Central Asian nations. We could also have space corridor. Kazakhstan has got Baikonur Cosmodrome. Can that be put into equation? We could have agricultural corridor, cultural corridors, and sky is the limit. There can be multiple corridors, yoga, Ayurveda, Bollywood. I was so happy to hear somebody from Kyrgyzstan, Gulzur, Nazgul, Professor Nazgul, to say that I love paratha and ichak dana, bichak dana. So we in all, I would conclude by saying that we are a nation which is ready to work with Central Asia, and academia is an enabler. When you go back, do take these things forward so that we can build a movement in its favor. And all in all, we should have a win-win situation. We are referred to as heartland, and heartland should, in a benign manner, rule the world. And this year, we are president, so India is president of SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organization, as well as G20. Now, none of the nations of Central Asia is part of G20. But India could act as a window for these nations into G20. Our Prime Minister is already talking of becoming the voice of Global South. So the voice of Central Asia can be added to that. So with that, I wish you bon voyage. When you go back to your country, take happy memories, and please remain connected and bonded with us. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. You have really given very excellent speech about the 2 days conference and also way forward. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to request Sardar Iqbal Singh Lalpura ji. But before going to request you to come upon the dais, I would like to request Professor Saroj Mahananda ji. Please facilitate him. Saroj Mahananda ji, felicitate him. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request Sardar Iqbal Singh Lalpura ji. He is chairman of the Minority Commission of India. I have huge long biodata for him, but we don't have the time to read about the biodata. So directly I request you, sir, please come on there.
Assalamu alaikum. Namaskar. Good evening. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The Honorable Mr. Minister, Mr. Sarkar, Indresh Ji, General K.J. Singh, and all His Excellencies, the dignitaries on the dais. As everybody was discussing the development, the common points in each other's culture, and as a chairperson of the Minorities Commission, I am here in India to protect their rights, to protect that there is no discrimination against them, to see that they are given proper education and the good education, and same they could get the jobs and earn honest livelihood. So being head of this organization, it is my duty to know about the religions of the others. So as a student of religion, we were having a seminar a few days back on all religions. All religion teaches only one thing, that is love, love, love. And the other thing is service to humanity and understanding for others. So as General Sahab was saying, India was teaching Buddhism. We had statues of Buddha in Afghanistan. Guru Nanak visited all these Arabian countries and had stayed there for many, many months. He studied their culture, interacted with them, and brought their culture to India. So, if religions do not teach us to fight with each other, then how to unite? I appreciate this effort by the organizers to make all sit together, remember our past. 1,000 years back, India was the #1 economy in the world, and we had water system of trade. Goods were taken from here and goods were taken from other places. Then we were exchanging education also. So as the Islam, the Christianity came from that side, and the culture of Guru Nanak, Hinduism, and Buddhism went from this side to the other part of the world. And there are many countries still following the Indian religions, and we have a lot of other peoples to be here. So now the only effort needs to be made is to unite. If the religions do not teach us violence, if the religions do not teach us to be better person, to consider ourselves better than others, then we must think, how can we unite? How can we make the other person comfortable? We have the same kind of culture, we have the same kind of eating habits, we have the same kind of cultural background. So let us all sit together, think that this is a very, very good effort to make everybody sit together, discuss. At least those who have come here have come prepared to say something about understanding. They are here to say something that we are one. They are here to say, to tell that we know your culture. I thank and appreciate the effort of the organizers, and it is my pleasure to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Sorry for that, because I have forget the name of Aziz Baratov, the Deputy Chief of Mission, because he was not felicitated. So I would like to request Dr. Satprakash ji, please come on the dais and felicitate him. Dr. Satprakash ji. I would also like to request Professor Shahid Akhtar ji. He is the member of the Minority Education Institution of India. Professor Shahid Akhtar, and I call, please come. And I would like to request Mr. Shamim, please come on the dais and felicitate him. Now I'd like to request Mr. Shamim, please felicitate Professor Shahid Akhtar ji. Shamim. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request Honorable Minister of State for Education, Dr. Sarkar ji, please come on the dais and say a few words about the today's conference and India Central Asia relation, etc. Dr. Sarkar ji.
नमस्कार, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, घन्ना खामी, खुरुम जारी, वनक्कम, नमस्कारम. Good evening, Asalam, Masha Khair, Salam Asar Bakir. I have to mention the names, and my dear young friends, whenever I will tell the names, please do welcome by clapping. Mananiya Dr. Indresh Kumar ji, National Executive Member and Chief Patron, fans. Sardar Iqbal Singh Lalpura ji, Chairperson, National Minority Commission, Government of India. Sri Sachin Gupta ji, Chancellor, Sanskrit University. Mr. Habibullah Mirjodaj, Deputy Chief of Mission. Mr. Aziz Baratan, Deputy Chief of Mission, Uzbekistan. Darkhan Setenov, Deputy Chief of the Mission. Mr. Asraf Sekhariev, Mr. Iraj Ilahi, Ambassador of Iran. Distinguished guest, all the participants, organizers, professors, and dear students. And there is also Lieutenant General K.J. Singh, Vice President of FANS, Dean Mazhar Ashif, Provici Professor Gorkali ji, Senior Professor Mehtab Alam Rizvi ji, and General Sri Golok Bihari Rai ji of FANS. Dear all, I am glad to be present at the third HHRA's International Conference on India and Central Asia, Historical, Cultural and Economic Connectivity. I would like to start my speech by sharing a sloka from Vishnu Purana with you all. Uttaram yat shamudrasya himadraschaiva dakshinam varshatad bharatam nam bharati yatra shantati. It means the name of the country which is north of the sea and south of the Himalayas is Bharat, and the people living it are Bharatiya. Dear all, India and Central Asia have had long-standing historical, cultural, political and economic relations. The two regions have shared deep cultural linkage with each other over 2 millennia in terms of people-to-people contact, trade and commerce. I would like to say that the history of India and Central Asia are indebted as well as accredited to each other. Various sites in both the regions are found which indicate clear transactions even in prehistoric periods. In Central Asia, excavation of Takmak region of Kyrgyzstan, Amu Darya Valley in southern Uzbekistan, northeast of Samarkand in Uzbekistan, many places in Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan provide ample evidence of India-Central Asia links from ancient times. I would like to say that it should be clapped. I would like to add that the Mahabharata also gives the list of the warriors who were invited for the great war of the Kurukshetra by the king Yudhishthira. It says, Kshatriya of good birth, Shaka, Darada, Palva and Kirata. These Central Asian warriors fought from both sides of the Kauravas as well as Pandavas. This is very important evidences. It is mentioned in Mahabharata that Nakula defeated Hunas, Shakas, Yavanas and Pallavas of the Kauravas side. Further, Tushara or Yuchi clan, of which Kanishka belonged, was present in Rajshyo Yagya of Yudhishthira. Due to long connections of interactions between Central Asia and India, the languages has also got influenced mutually, which is confirmed by the phonetic similarities. Indian language adopted several Central Asian words like Ratna, Guru and Mani, which are prevalent in Mongolia and Tibet as well. My dear friends, Bukhara comes from Bihara or Bihara, and Sartha is derived from Sart in western Turkmenistan. Pre-Aryans in Inner Asia were the people who gave the words like Ganga, Anga, Vanga and Kalinga. The word Linga comes from Tibetan word Gling, which later by Indianization became Ganga. Urdu and Persian language flourished due to the interconnection between Central Asian and Indian people during the medieval period. I want to share that the literal meaning of the word Urdu is the camp of Turkish army. Initially, this language was known as Hindustani or Hindavi. By traveling through different Sufi and Hindu mystics, it absorbed many regional influences and later came to be known as Dakhani or Delavi. The Hindi language also inherited many Turki words like chaku, this is knife, kaichi, this is scissors, biwi, this is wife, bahadur, kwabu, in control, chamach, that is spoon, topachi, that is gunner, barut, chechak, that is smallpox, sarai, inn, bawarchi, that is a cook. In ancient Sanskrit literature, we found many descriptions about Central Asian lifestyle, culture, civilization, philosophy, literature, scholar, etc. Apart from Mahabharata and Ramayana, various Sanskrit texts like Kabba Mimamsa by Rajshekhara, Kalhan's Raj Tarangini, Gunadhwa's Brihata Katha, Sarit Sagara of Somdeva's Katha, Khem Dash Brihat Katha Manjari, Kalidasha's Meghaduta, and Vikrama Varshyam are the major source of our knowledge about mutual influence and interaction of both the regions. My dear friends, and religious transactions have been visible from Paleolithic age. It was during the Kushan dynasty when Mahayana Buddhism and Indian art and culture reached to China, Japan and Korea via Central Asia. Many Buddhist martyrs of Kushana age are found in territories of Central Asia. Even today, in many places in Central Asia, Buddhist traditions are kept alive. Many scholars related to Central Asia made India their workspace. Ancestors of Ghalib and Abdul Rahim Khan-e-Khana were from Turkmenistan, and thus both regions got an opportunity of an extensive impact on each other. One of the focus areas of Indian foreign policy in the last few years has been the revitalization of our historical ties with the Central Asian countries, including Iran, Afghanistan, and Mongolia, which are a part of our extended neighborhood. As developing countries, India, Iran, Afghanistan, Mongolia, and Central Asian countries share common perspectives and similar approaches in various fields. Dear all, our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, in his opening remarks in the first India-Central Asia Summit, expressed that cooperation between India and Central Asia has gained in importance in the aftermath of recent developments in Afghanistan. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji also listed the summit's three main objectives to make it clear that mutual cooperation between India and Central Asia is essential for regional security and prosperity, to create an effective structure for cooperation and to create an ambitious roadmap for future collaboration. I would like to share that Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji said, today, India not only has the potential to become the knowledge center of the world, but the skill capital as well. Today, India has a large number of capable youth. Our youth have skills, values, and the necessary passion and honesty to work. This skill capital of India can become the engine of development of the world. Dear all, the National Education Policy 2020 envisions an education system rooted in Indian ethos that contributes directly to transforming India sustainably into an equitable and vibrant, keeping the Indian philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam as the core and providing high quality education to all, thereby making India a global knowledge superpower, knowledge society. If I talk about ancient India, our traditional knowledge system evolved over the ages with the contribution of teachers who helped students to evolve by inculcating human values, knowledge, and skills. We have a long history of teaching and learning, and some of the milestone institutions of learning in ancient India were Takshashila, Nalanda, Vallavi, Pushpagiri Bihara, Odantapuri, Vikramashila, Shomapura, Mahavihara, Vikrampur Vihara, Jagadalla Mahavihara, and many more. Let me talk about Vallavi Vidyapith. It was founded by Maitraka dynasty of Saurashtra in 600 AD. Maitraka dynasty ruled Saurashtra from 475 to 776 AD with their capital in Vallavi, which is now Vavnagar in Gujarat. During its golden day, it was considered to be parallel of Nalanda University. The university taught science, wisdom, theology, economics, accounting, law, agriculture, etc. Yes, graduates of Vallavi Vidyapith were employed by the king to assist the government. Yes, we can call it as campus placement nowadays, and it was at that era. Dear all, by following the vision of our ancestors and National Education Policy 2020, we must focus upon an education system rooted in Indian ethos and impart modern education based on the latest developments with the usage of modern technology. We must provide skill-based education of the international standards. Moving ahead, courses and programs in the subjects such as Indology, Indian languages, Ayush system of medicine, yoga, arts, music, history, culture and modern India, internationally relevant curriculum in the science, social sciences and beyond, meaningful opportunities for social engagement, quality residential facilities, this is very important, mind it, quality residential facilities, and on-campus support, etc. will be fostered to attain this goal of global quality standards to attract greater numbers of international students and achieve the goal of internationalization at home. In this time, an international student office at each higher educational institute hosting foreign students is being set up to coordinate all matters relating to welcoming and supporting students arriving from abroad in India. Also, high-performing Indian universities will be encouraged to set up campuses in other countries, and similarly, selected universities, those from among the top 100 universities in the world, will be facilitated to operate in India also. Dear friends, research and teaching collaboration and faculty and student exchange with high quality foreign institutions will be facilitated, and relevant mutually beneficial MOUs with foreign countries are being accelerated. My dear friends, India is among the highest contributors of students wanting to study in other countries. But as satellite campuses are growing and with the national education policy, international institutions will make India their home, while prestigious Indian institutions are looking to set up offshore campuses. I would also like to highlight that there is a demand for student mobility, not just in the form of outgoing students, but even in the form of incoming students. That we want now more. India is a popular study destination for students from SAARC, African and Central Asian countries. And I would like to emphasize today that we would like to promote ties between India and Central Asian countries so that more and more students can come and study in India and receive high quality education. In this time, the International Students Office at each higher education institute hosting foreign students is being set up to cooperate all matters relating to welcoming and supporting students arriving from abroad. Also, high-performing Indian universities are being encouraged to set up campuses in other countries, and similarly, selected universities, those from among the top 100 universities in the world, will be facilitated to operate in India. My dear friends, India is among the highest contributors of students waiting to study in other countries. I also like to add that 2023 is a crucial and significant year for India. This year, India has assumed the presidency of G20. So I would urge you all to celebrate the unification of mankind led by India with great enthusiasm. I wish the HHRA's International Conference a huge success, and I extend my wishes for your future endeavor in the field of education especially. Our aspiration has been beautifully expressed in the following mantra, that is, Sarve bhavantu shakhina, Sarve shantu niramaya, Sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. That means everyone will remain happy. That is, thank you all. And one thing, we should have some take-home message. And take-home message is understanding of cultural harmony can transform or establish geopolitical opportunity or happiness. And ultimately, we can create one earth, one family, and one future. Thank you all. Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
Thank you so much, sir. Very, very exciting speech, and also thought-provoking, and also path-breaking. And I'm sure India and Central Asia country will look forward about their cultural, historical, and economic relations, etc. Thank you so much, sir. So now we are waiting. I know very well about the key speaker, etc. So now I would like to request माननीय इंद्रेश कुमार जी, उनके बारे में मैं थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बोलना चाहूँगा कि उनके बारे में हमें परिचय कराने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, लेकिन इतना मैं उनके बारे में बार बार ज़रूर बोलता हूँ कि जब कोविड-19 का दौर चल रहा था तो हम लोग हिंदुस्तान में सारे घर में बैठे हुए थे, चाहे वो फर्स्ट वेव हो या सेकंड वेव हो। लेकिन उस समय भी माननीय इंद्रेश कुमार जी ने पूरे हिंदुस्तान में घूम घूम करके लोगों को इस तरह मदद किया कि ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेटर, ऑक्सीमीटर और बहुत सारे चीज़ों से डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया, चाहे यूनिवर्सिटी की बात हो, कहीं किसी संस्था की बात हो। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है जहां हम लोग निकल भी नहीं रहे थे। प्लीज़ गिव ए बिग हैंड फॉर हिम बिकॉज ही इज। थैंक यू सो मच। नाउ आई वुड लाइक टू रिक्वेस्ट माननीय इंद्रेश कुमार जी, प्लीज़ गिव ए की नोट एड्रेस।
For the 2 days, we are in the seminar, present, my dear brothers and sisters. I have to conclude the seminar. Message of the seminar, memorandum of the seminar, either a charter of the seminar. So I have conclude it in a minimum time. Because after that there is a cultural program, and after that I hope so dinner will be also there. So I have left to have a name from each country. On the 10 countries there are 10 names. Some diplomats are sitting their names. I included all names in brothers and sisters. First of all, first point, here which country, which civilization, which language, which religion we are. I hope so all are believers. Nobody is non-believer. Non-believer is known as a kafir, and believers are known as a believers. Faith can differ. Some idol worshipper होते हैं, some nature worshipper होंगे, some guru होंगे और कुछ books ग्रंथ होंगे. Some are of sun, sky, moon होंगे. Some of the nature, fire होगा, air होगा. But we are all believers, so we can conclude for the world unity and for the removal of the differences, नफरत, हिंसा, वायलेंस, इसको रिमूव करने के लिए क्या हम ये कॉल कर सकते हैं, in these countries nobody should be called as a kafir, either a person or a group. So we declare in our countries nobody is called kafir. If anybody call anybody kafir, means he is kafir, not you and all. Or we want that this message should go to the world. In this world nobody is kafir, all are believer, nobody is non-believer. Second, enemy of humanity and human beings, progress, peace, development. The one enemy visibly which has a gun in his hand, either from state terrorism, either from the public terrorism. They have a gola in their hand. They are called either a Maoist, Naxalists. Maximum countries, they are called terrorists. So we all together condemn the activity of terrorists and terrorism. The countries and the world should be free of terrorism. For these 2 points, if you call okay, please raise the hand. ताली बजा दीजिए, by clapping you scored it. Third point, either the world will as a war and riots. The world and the human race always be conflicting at war or at riots. So riots free and war free world is the basic need. For riots free, there are the 2 basic virus which on for that and for which the riots take birth. One is religionalism, second is casteism. So we can conclude our this seminar. Follow your and respect and dignify your religion and caste. Don't criticize or indulge in any other religion and caste. Not conversion, but respect for all religion and all caste. So the world can be made, society can be made riots free. Maximum riots, they are not due to the demand of a bread. They are not, riots are never go and correlate with the education. It only correlates the world and society with religion, either with caste. So untouchability free world means humanity, means human race. And respect for all religion, it should be a banner, it should be a charter, it should be a character, it should be a value of every human and a group of a human. So we conclude on the third part, untouchability free and fundamentalism of religionalism, but respect of all religion and respect for all religion and joining the festivals of other religions going to the all religious places, respecting the religious places and respecting the religious books. नहीं तो क्या होता है, कोई कुरान का वर्का फाड़ता है, कोई गीता का, कोई रामचरितमानस का, कोई श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहब का, कोई बाइबल का, और इसके कारण एक नफरत जन्म लेती है जो विश्व के विकास में, शांति में, भाईचारे में और प्रगति के अंदर बाधक बनती है. तो अनटचेबिलिटी फ्री वर्ल्ड एंड फंडामेंटलिज्म ऑफ रिलीजनलिज्म फ्री वर्ल्ड, respecting all caste and respecting all religions. If you say okay, please raise the hand and clap. Fourth point is, क्योंकि people will ask from everybody, you have gone to the seminar of a high quality, from that conference where that concluded. Minimum is there, we have to proceed for the maximum. Connectivity between these Central Asian countries. Central Asia is now with the 5 countries. I don't know, the circle will increase, डिक्रीज नहीं करेगा. इंडिया एंड 5 countries, it can be increased. Here the 10 countries and host is Bharat, so we are 11 countries here. So connectivity between these countries, sea routes and the road routes, air connectivity is there, it can be more strengthened. But under the universal law, international laws, the connectivity between these countries by the sea route and by the road route, it should be strengthened, it should be more vast. तो आवागमन तेज गति से हो सके. When the connectivity will increase, it will increase the trade. It will increase the social harmony. It will increase the social cultural relationship. It is so automatic. इसलिए roads are known as a veins and nerves of the world. अगर बॉडी में वेन्स एंड नर्व्स प्रॉपर नहीं है तो लकवा मार जाएगा और बीमार हो जाएगी. तो फॉर द ट्रेड एंड फॉर द हार्मोनियस वर्ल्ड, कनेक्टिविटी इज द बेसिक नीड. जब कनेक्टिविटी होती है, ज़्यादा होती है, तो फिर लड़ता कम है आदमी, प्यार अधिक करता है. जब कनेक्टिविटी कम होती है तो कन्फ्यूज़न बढ़ाए जा सकते हैं, मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स बढ़ाई जा सकती है. जब कनेक्टिविटी ज़्यादा अच्छी हो जाती है तो कन्फ्यूज़न्स के चांसेस ख़त्म होते चले जाते हैं. एंड इन दैट मैनर हम सब मिलकर भारत को अपील कर सकते हैं कि वो इसमें इनिशिएटिव ले टू इंक्रीज द कनेक्टिविटी. इफ यू आर एग्री यू क्लैप. हर बार हाथ नहीं खड़ा करेंगे, क्लैप करेंगे. up to 1850, then in the north of Bharat, the ruler is Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Up to that, in this Central Asia, our trade in two forms were there. One, exchange of the things. एक लीजिए एक दीजिए, चीज़ों का आदान प्रदान था. दूसरा था, all trade was conducted in a currency of rupees. Rupees currency में था. At that time, Bharat GDP in growth of the world is more than 32%. When we talk of this Bharat, in which these Central Asian countries are included, ये सरप्लस थी यानी प्लस थी. वाइस वर्सा पौंड, डॉलर एंड रूबल, हम सब की करेंसी बड़ा लोअर है. पर अगर भारतीय करेंसी का व्यापार बढ़ेगा तो इन सब देशों की करेंसी की ताकत भी बढ़ जाएगी दुनिया के अंदर. इसलिए हमने वस्तुओं के आदान प्रदान में और अपनी करेंसी और भारतीय करेंसी में व्यापार के बारे में विचार करना चाहिए, ताकि हम दुनिया का डॉलर, पाउंड और रूबल की करेंसी के, हम ये तो नहीं कहेंगे हम उसके कारण गुलाम हैं या दबे हुए हैं, परंतु समथिंग अनहेल्दी तो है. तो हमें कोई पाउंड से, डॉलर से और रूबल से दुश्मनी नहीं है. वी लव, जितना हम रुपए को और अपने अपने करेंसी को प्यार करते हैं उससे भी उतना ही प्यार करते हैं. परंतु एक भाई बहन का रिश्ता होता है, एक जरा रिश्तेदारी होती है. तो हम व्यापार अपने रिश्ते में करेंगे, रिश्तेदारी को भी पक्का दुनिया से निभाएंगे. इसलिए वी शुड थिंक ऑन दीज लाइन्स आल्सो. Our relationship, one depends upon the government level, second is non-governmental level, सरकारी और गैर सरकारी. तो कहीं ना कहीं सरकार के रास्ते से सोचेगी what to do to increase the friendship between these countries, good relationship in these countries. But we are free to do and think on the गैर गवर्नमेंटल, नॉन गवर्नमेंटल, गैर सरकारी क्या करना. इसलिए गैर सरकारी स्तर पर भी सांस्कृतिक होंगे, कल्चरल होंगे, ट्रेड होंगे, सोशल होंगे, एजुकेशनल होंगे, योग होगा, हेल्थ होगा, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा, फिल्म होगा, इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ्स होंगे, स्किल्स होगा, खेल कूद होगा, एनवायरमेंटल होगा, भाषा ही होगा. धीरे धीरे कुछ भाषाओं के ऐसे शब्द पारसी और हिंदी मिलाकर ढूंढे तो बड़ा फ्रीक्वेंटली एक्सचेंज होगा. इंग्लिश की कम जरूरत पड़ेगी, अपनी भाषा में ज़्यादा कर सकेंगे. वी शुड नॉट लव टू मच इंग्लिश, बट वी शुड नॉट हेट टू मच आवर मदर लैंग्वेजेस, our national languages. We must have a too much love with our mother languages, national languages. So commonly the Central Asia can frequently talk people to people. तो कुछ ऐसा कॉमन लैंग्वेज फार्मूला भी डेवलप करना चाहिए. मैंने कल्चरल यूनिवर्सिटी, जिसको संस्कृति विश्वविद्यालय कहते हैं, सचिन जी से कहा, कैन वी स्टार्ट ऑन ए सोशल लेवल दिस ईयर 2023 इन द मंथ ऑफ अक्टूबर नवंबर, द स्पोर्ट्स एंड कल्चरल मीट ऑन ए लेवल. तो ही गिवन मी ए यस दैट आई कैन होस्ट, आई विल होस्ट. इफ इट इज formulated, then definitely as a sports and cultural meet, again we will meet on the non-governmental level, but having a all government blessings. We will meet again, and the conference should not end as a conference, it should act as a way to go ahead, to proceed fastly क्योंकि टाइम नेवर वेट्स, वी हैव टू वेट फॉर द टाइम. Time cannot be ever controlled. We can go with the time. हम टाइम के साथ जा सकते हैं, चल सकते हैं, दौड़ सकते हैं, पर समय कभी प्रतीक्षा नहीं करेगा और वो बहुत निर्मोही है. अगर हम अच्छे नहीं हैं तो डस्टबिन में डालकर चला जाएगा. उसको ये प्यार नहीं जागता है कि ये आदमी है, जरा इसकी थोड़ा माफ कर दो. तो इसलिए इस बात को समझना ये जरूरी है. At the time of Mahabharata Kal, 5100 years before, I have read as the books and as I listened from my family members to the ancestors. Approximately this total geography was involved in that war. Two great Pandavas from 5 to 2, Nakul and Sahadev, he toured these all kingships, either the leaders of the communities, and either you will stand with dharma or adharma, with human values or with the cruel values. As I read and came to know, in Kurukshetra, from the last 10 years, International Gita Mahotsav is there. In that there is exhibitions. In that exhibition they have showed these are the geography nearest by that also came in the Mahabharata Yuddha, and also they participated the ceremony of Lord Yudhishthira, King Yudhishthira, and acceptance of कि धर्म के अनुसार जो राज्य चलेगा उसका जो कानून युधिष्ठिर बनाएंगे हम भी उसके साथ सहमति व्यक्त करते हैं, हम उसको लागू करेंगे इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ आवर ज्योग्राफी एंड इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ द पीस एंड प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. ये वहाँ जो एक एग्रीमेंट था उस पर इन राजाओं के भी कहीं कहीं हस्ताक्षर मिलते हैं और इसकी जानकारी मिलती है. इट मीन्स हम फ्रॉम 1000 years इंडिपेंडेंट विजडम थे, इंडिपेंडेंट रूलर्स थे, इंडिपेंडेंट रूल्स थे, परंतु हमारी कनेक्टिविटी ऑफ ए ह्यूमन वैल्यूज ये बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग थी. तो मुझे ये लगता है कि इन सब बातों के साथ बाकी सब लोगों ने बहुत बातें कही हैं, एक सार्थक रूप में वी विल गो अहेड with this conference, concluding the conference. The great mission can be defined and we can march towards that mission. So when the trade comes, culture also comes with the trade. And when the culture comes, trade is automatically there. Those who think culture and trade differs to each other, never. They never differs. When you meet to each other, automatically culture inspired you and attract you, and trade involve you. इसलिए जब मिलते भी हैं तो जब विदा होते हैं तो मिलते हुए भी कुछ लेन देन करते हैं और विदा होते हुए भी कुछ लेन देन करते हैं. इट इज ए ह्यूमन क्वालिटी. तो इसलिए लेन देन व्यापार है, मिलना कल्चर है. तो यू कांट सेपरेट इट. यहाँ पर सब वीआईपी आए, आपने इनका स्वागत किया, ये ट्रेड है, पर इनका स्वागत आपने भावनाओं से किया, ये कल्चर है. तो इसलिए never think culture and trade differs. When Bharat gone to the world, it gone with a trade, for a trade, but automatically culture reached there. So I hope so. With all that, I now inform two things. Some candles is there, small candles and big candles. वो कैंडल्स जलाई जाएंगी, मंच पर सबको दी जाएंगी, यहाँ पर भी 50-60 लोगों को दी जाएंगी. हम वो कैंडल पकड़कर अपने मिशन को देंगे, अंधकार मिटाएंगे, डार्कनेस विल गो एंड लाइट विल कम. अंधेरा जाएगा और प्रकाश आएगा. विद दैट वी विल conclude, not a full stop to the continuity. With that we got mission and now we will go with a mission. तो इसलिए it is a resting period just to prepare for the next. तो इस रूप में जाएंगे और कुछ कल्चरल प्रोग्राम है उसको एंजॉय करेंगे. इसलिए मुझे इतना ही काम था. So I have done it fully. I hope so. Again I am repeating one thing, that tomorrow I have said Kashmir is a Jannat, Swarg, heaven of Bharat, and Bharat is heaven for the world. When I call Bharat, तो इसका एक्सटेंशन है नेबरर्स के रूप में. वो एक्सटेंशन ऑटोमेटिकली सेंट्रल एशिया है. तो इस प्रकार से हम यहाँ पर आए और हम सब ने हंसते मुस्कुराते हुए और इस कॉन्फ्रेंस को कंक्लूड कर रहे हैं. और इसलिए चिराग रोशन करेंगे, अंधकार मिटाएंगे, प्रकाश लाएंगे. हम शुरुआत जेएनयू से कर रहे हैं क्योंकि यहाँ ही अंधकार का झंझट ज़्यादा होता है. और इसलिए यहाँ से अंधकार गया तो भारत से और दुनिया से जल्दी चला जाएगा, और जा भी रहा है और आगे जाएगा भी. तो आप सबको बी हेल्दी, बी हैप्पी, इसकी कामना करते हुए और सबको बहुत 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 बधाई देता हूँ, मुबारक करता हूँ. एक शानदार मिशन से ओतप्रोत यह कॉन्फ्रेंस हम मिले और मिशन लेकर जा रहे हैं. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ बहुत बहुत बधाई है. बधाई हो, बधाई.
थैंक यू सो मच माननीय इंद्रेश भाई साहब. जैसा कि हम लोग ने सोचा था कि थॉट प्रोवोकिंग पाथ ब्रेकिंग स्पीच होगा, वैसा ही रहा. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद भाई साहब इसके लिए. इसके बाद हम लोग के 2 अनाउंसमेंट और है. हम लोग वोट ऑफ थैंक्स करेंगे, उसके बाद नेशनल एंथम है, फिर उसके बाद आप लोग से अनुरोध करेंगे कि आप लोग बैठे रहें. फिर 10 मिनट का कल्चरल प्रोग्राम है नेशनल एंथम के बाद.
एक बार खड़े हो जाएं सारे.
एक बार पहले कैंडल का आप ये कर लें.
एक दूसरे की इस कैंडल के साथ हाथ मिला सकते हो, नो प्रॉब्लम. एक नारा लगा देंगे, मैं कहूँगा आवाज दो, आप कहेंगे हम एक हैं. आवाज दो, हम एक हैं. आवाज दो, हम एक हैं. आवाज दो, हम एक हैं. अंग्रेजी में भी बोल लेंगे. मैं कहूँगा यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड, आप कहेंगे डिवाइडेड वी फॉल. ठीक है. यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड, यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड, यूनाइटेड वी स्टैंड. आवर मोटो, सब कहेंगे पीस, यूनिटी, प्रोग्रेस. आवर मोटो, पीस, यूनिटी, प्रोग्रेस. आवर मोटो, पीस, यूनिटी, प्रोग्रेस. आवर मोटो, पीस, यूनिटी, प्रोग्रेस. बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
थैंक यू सो मच. प्लीज सिट डाउन, प्लीज सेटल डाउन. थोड़ी देर बस आप लोग आओ, बैठ जाइए. ठीक है. प्लीज सिट डाउन, प्लीज प्लीज सिट डाउन. Please sit for 10 minutes only. This is the now we are coming to the vote of thanks. First, I would like to thank all the delegates, especially the dignitary on the dash, including Mani Indiresh Kumar ji, Mani Subhas Sarkar ji, Honorable Minister of State for Education, and all the diplomats, those who came here and gave some time for us. I would also like to thank the foreign delegates. Despite their busy schedule, they came here and sit with us and also presented his view and how to maintain our cordial relations between India and Central Asian country, etc. I would also like to thank Shri Goluk Bihari ji, General Secretary of the Finance Organization. So without his effort, the program cannot be success. Even every day he used to sit with us till 12 o'clock night. So you can imagine like that. Even sometimes we used to say that, sir, आप चले जाइए, हम लोग कर लेंगे काम. Then he used to say, नहीं मैं नहीं जाऊँगा जब तक आज ये काम नहीं होगा तब तक. इस तरह उन्होंने अपना मार्गदर्शन दिया इस प्रोग्राम को सक्सेस बनाने के लिए. तो मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करूँगा श्री गोलुक बिहारी राय जी को, जो इस प्रोग्राम को सक्सेस बनाने में जो दूसरा सबसे बड़ा हाथ है वो प्रोफेसर मजहर आसिफ साहब, डीन फैकल्टी ऑफ लैंग्वेज एंड लिटरेचर. उनका भी सोने का टाइम 10 बजे है. हमेशा वो कहते हैं कि मैं 10 बजे सो जाता हूँ, लेकिन इस प्रोग्राम की वजह से उनकी भी आदत ख़राब हो गई. हमेशा उनको भी हम लोग कभी 12 बजे से पहले नहीं छोड़ते थे और हमेशा वो हमारे साथ ग्रीन ऑफिस में बैठे रहते थे और काम सब करवाते रहते थे लोगों से. तो थैंक यू सो मच प्रोफेसर मजहर आसिफ एंड प्लीज गिव ए बिग हैंड फॉर हिम आल्सो. एंड बिहाइंड द सीन Dr. Shahbaz Amil, he led a team of the volunteers and finally the program became the success, etc. And I would also like to thank Shri Vikramadit ji. He managed very well about how to receive the delegates from the airports and where you will put in this hotel, etc. So I would also like to thank Shri Vikramadit ji for facilitating this facility. Without the media person, program cannot become success, etc. So I would like to thank media person, those who came here and covered the 2 days program. So please give a big hand for media person because they covered very well of the 2 day program, etc. Without the fund, the program cannot be succeeded. So I would also like to thank a sponsor. So without the sponsor, it's very difficult to run such a big conference or international conference, etc. Then I would also like to Indian delegates who came across the country, not only from Jamia, Delhi University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, but also from other universities like Banaras Hindu University, Hyderabad University, as well as Jammu University, Kashmir University, and so many universities, etc., etc. So I would also like to thank to them, those who came and participated. And I would also like to thank the chairs like Sachitanand Joshi ji, Member Secretary of IGNCA. I would also like to thank A.B. Shukla ji, who also came today and chaired the session. And I would also like to thank Mahesh Chandra Sharma ji. Despite his busy schedule, he agreed to come in the conference and enlightened us. The 2 days conference cannot become success in the future. If we talk about the future, etc., so it must become in the some pamphlet or some booklet, etc. So team led by Saroj Mahananda ji and Dr. Satprakash ji, he prepared the very good volunteer and supporting a staff to prepare 2 days report here for 2 days conference, etc. Please give a big hand for them also. One more interesting thing in this conference, because this has happened, I think, in first time. Mr. Shamim, he is working in the Airport Authority of India. So he have assigned the 6 person at the airport. And inside the airport, he received all the delegates. So sometimes delegates think, who is this person receiving inside the airport? So he was curious sometimes. And sometimes 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, he used to call me, who is this person to take me inside the airport? And he's saying, where I know where you are going, please come and take the car, etc. So thank you, Mr. Shamim, also for facilitating this type of facility, etc. Of course, our volunteer, most of them from Jawaharlal Nehru University, but also from Jamia Millia and other university. And without volunteer, night and day, even they are not taking care of 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they receive the delegates from the airport or from the outside the airport, etc. And they put all the delegates in the guest house or in the hotel, etc. So I would also like to thank all the volunteers, those who have participated. Please give a big hand for them also. In the last, I would also like to thank fence adhikari or fence officers, because so many adhikari of the Forum for Awareness of National Security also participated, and so many professors within the JNU also participated, and Jamia Millia, Delhi University and other university, and including Golgothia University, because large number of students also comes from the Golgothia University. So I would also like to thank them for this, etc. Thank you so much. Now I would like to request all the person, all the participants, please stand for a national anthem. विश्व जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा तमिल हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय। थैंक यू। Now Now I'd like to request a team member of the culture program, please come on the dash. Please be seated for 5 minutes. There is culture program.
Good evening, everyone. I, Varsha Gaur, PhD scholar from Jamia Millia Islamia, is hosting this session, culture program basically. So, I request all the audience to please settle down, as JNU students going to present a culture program in front of you. Today, on the conclusion of this conference, students of JNU are going to present the culture in front of you. Before that, I would like to give a brief introduction of this group. Hamari Parampara is a group name, is an initiative led by the university student to protect and celebrate the culture of the Indian tradition and art. Their mission is to make the culture multidimensional across the boundaries. So I request you to please settle down and please have the sight of the lovely performance. Thank you.
भैया रिवर डिश ऑफ मैंने हेलो 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 पता नहीं भैया कोई है तो आ जाइए स्टेज पे, दिक्कत हो रही है माइक सेट करने में। कहाँ जा रहे हैं भाई आप? आप सबों को नमस्कार। आइए एक मंगल गीत से आज के शाम की शुरुआत करते हैं। सरे मा पद द प म पद नि प म प ग म रे स नि स रे स द द नि रे ग रे स। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। साजन आयो री सखी मैं तोड़ू मोतियर नो हार। साजन आयो री सखी मैं तोड़ू मोतियर लोहार, लोग जाने मैं मोती चुनूं। मैं तो झुक झुक करूं जोहार, लोग जाने, लोग जाने, लोग जाने मैं मोती चुनूं। मैं तो झुक झुक करूं जोहार। तेरी सखी मंगल गाओनी, तेरी सखी मंगल गाओनी। मेरी सखी मंगल गाओनी, धरती अंबर सजाओनी। उतरेगी आज मेरे पी की सवार लाओनी। मोहे काला टीका लगाओनी, उनकी छब से दिखूं मैं तो प्यारी। चौक पुराओ माटी लगाओ, चौक पुराओ माटी लगाओ। आज मेरे पिया घर आएंगे, आज मेरे पिया घर आएंगे। तेरी सखीरी पिया घर आए, तेरी सखीरी पिया घर आए। रंगों से रंग मिले, नए नए ढंग खिले। खुशी आज द्वार मेरे डाले है डेरा। कुहू कुहू कोयल रटे, पीहू पीहू पपीहा जपे। आंगन आंगन है परियों ने घेरा। लक्ष्मी जीवारो नजर उतारो, आज मेरे पिया घर आएंगे, आज मेरे पिया घर आएंगे। अनहद नाद बजावो री सब मिल, अनहद नाद बजावो री सब मिल। अनहद नाद बजाओ, अनहद नाद बजाओ रे सब मिल। अनहद नाद बजाओ रे सब मिल। अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद बजावो है, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद रानी अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब, चौक पुरावो चौक पुरावो मंगल गावो, चौक पुरावो मंगल गावो, आरती थाल सजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब में, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब में, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद सरे मा पा दा 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 पा मा पा दा 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 नी दा 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 पा मा पा दा दा नी दा सा नी दा 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 नी दा 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 नी दा 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 नी दा 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 नी नी papa da da mama papa ga ga mama de de ga ga da da de de ni da 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 ni ni da 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 ni ni papa da da mama papa ga ga mama de de ga ga da 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 अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद, अनहद नाद बजावो रे सब मिले, अनहद नाद री थैंक यू। भैया हारमोनियम, हारमोनियम की आवाज बढ़ाइए, हारमोनियम की। भैया गिटार की बेस कम कर दीजिए। ये कव्वाली पेश करता हूँ और ये कव्वाली बहुत ही प्रसिद्ध हुआ, मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, आपने सुना होगा। माइनर ये धरती माँ है एहसान लिख देना, मेरी इस जिंदगी पे इसके एहसान है लिख देना। ये किसका मकबरा है, दुनिया वाले जान जाएंगे। मेरी कब्र के पत्थर पर हिंदुस्तान लिख देना, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, चमन के लिए। मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए। मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, मेरी जान जाए वतन के। मेरा दिल जिगर और मेरी जान भी, मेरा दिल जिगर और मेरी जान भी, मेरा दिल जिगर और मेरी जान भी है कुर्बान कंधों चमन के लिए। मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए। गजल की कुछ पंक्तियां याद आ रही हैं। वक्त का ये परिंदा रुका है कहाँ, मैं था पागल जो इसको बुलाता रहा। 4 पैसे कमाने मैं आया शहर गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता रहा गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता रहा। वक्त का ये परिंदा कहाँ रुका, मैं था पागल जो इसको बुलाता रहा। 4 पैसे कमाने मैं आया शहर गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता रहा गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता। लौटता था मैं जब पाठशाला से घर, अपने हाथों से खाना खिलाती थी माँ। रात में अपनी ममता के आंचल तले थपकियां दे के मुझको सुलाती थी माँ। सोच के दिल में कटीस उठती रही, रात भर दर्द मुझको जगाता रहा। 4 पैसे कमाने मैं आया शहर गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता रहा गाँव मेरा, मुझे याद आता रहा। भरत राम की तरह कर लो बजरंग संगठन के लिए, मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, मेरी जान जाए वतन के लिए, मेरी जान। ना मैं हुस्न की अंजुमन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं यारी प्यारी दुल्हन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं चांद जैसा ललन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं रोशनी की किरण चाहता हूँ, ना मैं रोशनी की किरण चाहता हूँ, न बस्ती न सेहरा न वन चाहता हूँ, न बस्ती न सेहरा न सन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं आलिशाने भवन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं ना मैं कीमती बैरहन चाहता हूँ, ना मैं पैसा गाड़ी न धन चाहता हूँ, खुदा मैं तो यही चमन चाहता हूँ, खुदा मैं तो यही चमन, यही धरती गम वो चमन चाहता हूँ, यही धरती गम वो चमन चाहता हूँ, जो सरहद पे मुझको शहादत मिले, जो सरहद पे मुझको शहादत मिले, शहादत मिले, तिरंगा उड़ाना कफन के लिए, तिरंगा उड़ाना कफन के लिए, तिरंगा उड़ाना कफन के लिए। बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, बहे खून मेरा चमन के लिए, चमन के लिए, मेरी जान जाए वतन 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 के थैंक यू। तालियों की आवाज बहुत धीरे आ रही है। थैंक यू सो मच। छिन गए हैं जब से नैन तिहारे सजदा तेरी काली अखियों से जिंद मेरी जागे धड़कन से तेज दौड़ूं सपनों से आगे अब जान लुट जाए ये जहां छूट जाए संग प्यार रहे मैं रहूं ना रहूं सजदा तेरा सजदा करूं मैं तेरा सजदा बिन रहन करूं नहीं चैन करूं सजदा तेरा सजदा करूं मैं तेरा सजदा बिन रहन करूं रांझना नैनों के तीर चल गए साजना सांसों से दिल खिल गए पलकों में छुपा लूं तेरा सजदा करूं सीने से लगा लूं तेरा सजदा करूं पलकों में छुपा लूं सीने में संभालूं तेरे अंग अंग रंग मेरा डोले अब जा लुट जाए ये जहां छूट जाए संग प्यार रहे मैं रहूं ना रहूं सजदा तेरा सजदा करूं मैं तेरा सजदा बिन रहन करूं नहीं चैन करूं ताकते रहते तुझको साज सवेरे नैनों में बसिया जैसे नैन ये तेरे नैनों में बसिया जैसे नैन ये तेरे तेरे हो तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन मेरे दिल का ले गए चैन तेरे मस्त मस्त दो नैन इश्क की साजिशें इश्क की बाजियां हारा मैं खेल के दो दिलों का जुआ क्यों तूने मेरी फुर्सत की क्यों दिल में इतनी हरकत की इश्क में इतनी बरकत की ये तूने क्या किया फिरूं अब मारा मारा मैं चांद से बिछड़ा तारा मैं दिल से इतना क्यों हारा मैं ये तूने क्या किया सारी दुनिया से जीत के मैं आया हूँ इधर तेरे आगे ही मैं हारा किया तूने क्या सर मैं दिल का राज कहता हूँ मैं दिल का राज कहता हूँ कि जब जब सांसें लेता हूँ तेरा ही नाम लेता हूँ ये तूने क्या किया रब की कवाली है इश्क कोई दिल की दिवाली है इश्क कोई महकी सी प्याली है इश्क कोई सुबह की लाली है इश्क गिरता सा झरना है इश्क कोई उठता सा कलमा है इश्क कोई सांसों में लिपटा है इश्क कोई आंखों में दिखता है इश्क हो मेरे दिल को तू तुझा से जुदा कर दे, यूं बस तू मुझको पना कर दे। मेरा हाल तू मेरी चाल तू बस कर दे आशिकाना, तेरे वास्ते मेरा इश्क सूफियाना, मेरा इश्क सूफियाना, मेरा इश्क सूफियाना, तेरे वास्ते मेरा इश्क सूफियाना, मेरा इश्क सूफियाना, मेरा इश्क सूफियाना। सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, हो सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। हो सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, सजना तेरे बिना। सड़कल आजी नहीं लगना, सड़कल आजी नहीं लगना, ओ सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना, सजना तेरे बिना। ओ सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, सानू एक पल चैन न आवे, सजना तेरे बिना। प्यारे 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 प्यारे, थर बिना लगे नहीं मारा जिया रे, हो थर बिना लगे नहीं मारा जिया रे। प्यारे 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 प्यारे, थर बिना लगे नहीं मारा जिया रे। नैनों ने तारी कैसा जादू किया रे, थर बिना लगे नहीं मारा जिया रे। प्यारे 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 प्यारे, थर बिना लगे नहीं मारा जिया रे। जानिया हानिया कच्चे धागे सच्चे प्यार के न तोड़ना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना है, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना। जानिया हानिया कच्चे धागे सच्चे प्यार के न तोड़ना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना, तेरे बिन नहीं लगदा दिल मेरा डोलना। ऊपर खुदा मेरे माँ तेरे बिना सब है मगर है, तुझे ढूंढे नजर तू आया न आई खबर। थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया न कीजिए, आप इस तरह तो होश उड़ाया न कीजिए, यूं बन सवर के सामने आया न कीजिए, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, काली काली, मेरे साथ गाएं आप लोग, काली काली जुल्फों के फंदे न डालो, हमें जिंदा रहने दो न छेड़ो हमें, हम सताए हुए हैं। आप लोग आगे आ जाओ, आप लोग आगे आ जाओ, पीछे वाले आगे आ जाओ आप लोग। न छेड़ो हमें, हम सताए हुए हैं, बहुत जख्म सीने पे खाए हुए हैं। सितमगर हो तुम खूब पहचानते हैं, तुम्हारी अदाओं को हम जानते हैं। दगाबाज हो तुम सितम दाने, दगा